Hey YouTube, this is Matthew with Cook Vending, and today I want to actually talk a little bit about a whole bunch of books that I've finished reading, and one that I'm currently reading. What a great way to spend my snow day. Uh, Yesterday it dropped below zero. The wind chill is freaking crazy. Today it's the same. Hopefully tomorrow it's going to be a lot better. Anyways, guys, I had decided to purchase a whole bunch of different books that are more classics than anything because, of course, I got Stephen King here, but sometimes you get burnt out, and it's about time for me to get back into another one of his books. But I started off with The Lord of the Flies. Lord of the Flies is something that you most likely have read in high school. This book was very entertaining, and I loved my second read through because I understood it a little bit more. It's about these kids that get marooned on an island, and they're basically starting up their own society. And they're only on the island for X amount of days until they get rescued. But in that time, a lot of stuff happens. Leadership roles are being challenged. People are getting killed. So it's pretty sad. But it's a very, very good book, dealing with what would happen if a child were to start a society. Then next, I read The Planet of the Apes. This is by Pierre Bol. Lord of the Flies was by William Golding. But Pierre Bol, he is a French guy, and he also wrote Bridge of the River Kwai, which I also have that book as well. But Planet of the Apes, very good book. It has to do with the future and how apes are actually ruling the world. And it seems like it is actually our world. And basically what Pierre Bol does is he does a reverse psychology. Humans are the unintellectual creatures, and apes are the intellectual creatures. Imagine everything that you have around you: books, cars, planes, the food, everything that you know right now, buildings, everything. But then it's just the apes who created it, not us. So, yes, very, very good book. I highly recommend it. It is better than the movies. The next thing I got was I, Columbus, My Journal, 1492 and 3. This little book right here was fascinating because I'm doing my own little charts of history, and I wanted to know exactly what was going on with Columbus. One thing that I thought was really fascinating, and I did not know this, Columbus thought that the island that we know today as Cuba was actually Japan. So if you can fathom that, it was kind of funny. But yes, very good book. Talks about different storms that were happening and stuff, and how he actually logged his journey and was telling his crewmates that they traveled less than they actually did. Two more books. H.G. Wells, The Time Machine. Very interesting book. It makes you question the possibility of time travel. Was the guy actually dreaming this stuff up? Or was he on drugs? Or did it really happen? You follow this individual who creates his own time machine. He goes really, really far into the future, and then comes back and tells his friends about his journey. Then last, right now I got another H.G. Wells book, and this H.G. Wells book, The Invisible Man. This is actually a really good book. This scientist guy creates a serum, and he basically covers his whole body, including his eyes, with this serum, so nobody could see his actual body. Well, in this book, he's kind of being very mischievous. And if you've ever watched or read Lord of the Rings, or have heard of the concept called Gaiji's Ring, then you'll know what's basically happening in this book, The Invisible Man. Now, I have ordered a few more books, and I have plenty more books on my shelf, on my table, everywhere that I need to get reading. In fact, all of these books behind me, I have not read yet. And I'll tell you, in the last 2 years since the pandemic began, so early 2020, I have read, let me see, I'm going to count these really fast here. It's about 30 or so Stephen King books already. That's crazy. And I'm like in the middle of a couple others. Again, like I said, you get burned out, you have to read something else, and then jump back into his stuff. Anyways, guys, that's what I've been doing. Of course, trying to stay warm as well. I got my kitties here with me and trying to keep them warm. My silly furnace, is trying to heat up the house, but it's so damn cold outside. I got my box heater on. I slept in my sweatpants and like 4 blankets last night. It was so cold. My head's right next to a freaking window. Anyways, guys, I hope that you have a fantastic solstice, Saturnalia, which celebrates the solstice, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you guys celebrate around this time of year. Just be safe. Don't stay outside in the cold too long. I've stepped out there twice in the last 2 days, both to throw out trash and get my mail. That was it. So, guys, have a fantastic, blessed day, and I'll see you on the next video. In fact, on the next video, I might talk about more books that I've read. Who knows? Next year, keep in mind that I am going to be doing videos on music stuff a good chunk of the time. So hopefully it'll be a good mixture of things, but definitely I'm going to teach you guys some music theory, how to play certain instruments, and history on instruments, all kinds of different things like that. So guys, have a fantastic, blessed day. I'll see you in the next video.